Alright. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are back once again with some more Super Cup action for you. Today we are featuring the second semi-final for the Super Cup 2024 between HULC and PAIN's Armada. It's going to be a heavy-duty lineup today. The first semi-final between Salty and Crimson Dragons is currently underway. If you guys want to check that out as well, I believe the Hivehound and Monk is streaming that one. You guys can always go check that out as well. But today, for the second semi-final here between HULC and PAIN, we will be starting in about, I think, 4 or 5 minutes here. For those that are tuning in for the first time, welcome. I am your host, Kaiserzan, and this is a legendary tier best of 5 tournament. We will be playing best of 5. The first 2 games will take place on the same map. Teams will alternate spawn positions during match 1 and match 2. So the first map will be Shatter, and then the second map will be Sea of Fortune for game 3 and 4. And then if we get to a 5th game, tiebreaker will be on Repost. Alright, so we are just waiting for a few links here, and then we'll get all of those things set up for everyone. I do hope that the audio is coming through nicely today and that we don't have any audio issues. For those tuning in, please do let me know if there is any audio issues that you guys pick up from the stream, and we should be ready to go here shortly. I believe we are still waiting for the teams to get their things ready. Yeah, so HULC and PAIN's Armada. I believe PAIN's Armada is primarily North American based fleet, one of the strongest in my opinion. From the North America region, they are a powerhouse to be feared. And then HULC have grinded their way through the qualifying phase to qualify for the Super Cup Tournament. And then they've won every match in the main draw since. And yeah, it's going to be a very, very big lineup that we're going to be seeing today. These two teams are some of the best teams in the world, and yeah, it's going to be exciting. HULC, I believe they are a hybrid fleet from North America and Europe, so they are about a bit of mixed time zones, while I believe PAIN is primarily North America. Please do correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, ladies and gents. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be really exciting. So the victor of this semi-final will play in the final next weekend. We do not have a date yet. I believe it will be either Saturday or Sunday next week for the Super Cup final. It's going to be very exciting. For those that are looking to find more information about the Super Cup and other Fleet Network based tournaments, Wargaming, World of Warships Legends is involved with some of the sponsoring of prizes for big tournaments. I'm not sure if they're involved with this Super Cup specifically, but for the previous Ocean Cup 3 tournament, there was big sponsoring ship prizes sponsored by Wargaming. So hopefully with Ocean Cup 4, that's starting at the end of September, there will also be some nice juicy prizes from Wargaming. We can only hope that we get more development support from Wargaming directly with regards to the potential spectator mode. That would really give us a lot better bird's eye view from both teams and will allow us to see all of the flanks at the same time and be closer to the action. Okay, let me just quickly check. Okay, we do have some links coming in. There we go. Okay, so we have the HULC link just coming in. Thank you very much. Let me quickly get that set up for us. Okay, so stream is muted. We are on the input quality here. Okay, let me just add this point of view for us. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have this going on for us shortly. Okay, we're still waiting for the PAIN's Armada link. There we go. Okay, so the teams are not quite ready. We are still waiting for a few things here. Please do bear with us as we get things set up and dialed in for everyone to enjoy some superb content. All right. Alright, ladies and gents, the teams are loading into the training room. We currently only have the link for, there we go. Okay, we do have both teams' link. I'll be setting up that shortly for us. There we go. Alright, let me quickly get this set up for us. Everything is muted perfectly. Alright, teams are getting ready here for us shortly. Let me just switch over to okay, teams are loading into the first game here for us. So ladies and gents, do keep in mind the quality we are watching here is directly from the streamers, from the teams themselves. So not much we can do about the quality, but we do hope that you will be able to see as much as possible. Alright, so we should be live now with Mr. Senna here from Hull Crushers in the Ohio. So Hull Crushers are in the south spawn here. Mr. Senna is mid spawn south of Bravo here. I do see that Hull Crushers are running 2 destroyers, whereas PAIN's Armada opted to run a 3 DD strategy for Shatter here. It's going to be exciting. Alright, there we go. So we are live here with Mr. Senna. Okay, so apologies for the black screen there, ladies and gents. Let me just quickly get us. We will be starting with Hull Crushers' point of view here. There we go. Now we're set up. Okay. So yeah, PAIN running the 3 DD strategy, whereas Hull Crushers running 2. It's going to be interesting. Running 3 DDs on this map has its advantages, definitely. But also you have less crossfire potential from your cruisers and your sniping battleships. If you run 3 DDs, so you lose one potential cruiser or one battleship. So you just got to make sure your DDs stay alive for as long as possible, and your spotting will be a little bit better, obviously. Alright, so just to confirm, audio is coming through still. Alright, there we go. Okay, so we are live here with Mr. Senna. He is spotted. We do see that Alpha and Charlie are being captured here by PAIN. So we can definitely assume that there's one DD almost on every spawn, on every cap, unless they committed to grouping two destroyers to try and overload and overwhelm the one destroyer from hull crashes on either one of the caps. We're not sure where both DDs are, but we do see Bravo is also being capped, so we can assume one DD in each cap. Okay, yeah, things are looking up here. Let me just quickly check. We are still muted. There we go. All right, and we are live again with Mr. Senna. All right, so PAIN are playing very aggressive on the caps here. They have not secured a cap yet, but they are working on it. I mean, if you try to take 3 caps, right, there's a high chance you might get one of them. And this, like we discussed last week as well, the faster you can get those caps, the sooner you start ticking up points, right? Because you want your team to take that points lead, as we see PAIN have successfully captured Bravo and Charlie, so they are taking a significant points lead straight off the bat. And now they secured Alpha as well, so they will be ticking up points very quickly from all 3 of these caps. That's going to be it's going to be very spicy to see the points difference creep up if there is no action from hull crashers to try and contest those caps, because you don't want to let the enemy team run away with points, right? You don't want them to get too far ahead in the points so that you can't catch up, even if you get a few kills and you take the caps back. So you always want to manage and control the flow of points for your team and for the enemy team. You don't want to get too far behind. Whoops, apologies ladies and gents, black screen again. There we go. So if you look here, ladies and gents, this is some good positioning from Mr. Senna here with regards to the angle that his ship is facing to potential torpedo threat. You don't want to set broadside to torpedoes. You always want to make sure that if there is torpedoes coming your way, you can get out and accelerate with your stern towards the threat, so you can get out faster. Ooh, Stalingrad from PAIN just went down there. Louisiana. Very, very nice. That's going to be very nice for hull crushes here, as PAIN lose one of their radar cruisers. Okay. Very interesting. I believe that was just north of Charlie there. Ooh, this Des Moines from PAIN is getting a little too excited, maybe. We'll see if the Ohio does any significant damage there. Okay, no, just one over pen. The PAIN player there knew that if he accelerated there, he would be in big trouble. We do see that the Kleber here spotted for hull crushes to shoot at. The double DD seems to be on Alpha here for PAIN. So the DD that was capping Bravo moved over to come and support the A flank here. So they are applying a lot of pressure here on this Z52, I believe, from hull crushes. So we do see that Mr. Senna here is lining up a shot potentially on that Ohio, but the 2 DDs here will be a big problem for this hull crushes DD to deal with. So the support fire needs to be on these DDs. Ooh, there goes the Z52. Yikes. Okay, so please do let me know if there is any audio issues. Is the audio still coming through, ladies and gents? Please do let me know. On my side, I think it is, but I could be wrong. Ooh, there goes a ram between a Colombo and a Louisiana there, so both teams losing a battleship there. That's gonna be interesting. So Hull Crushers have just lost their Worcester and their Destroyer on A. That's a bit of a difficult situation for this Ohio to deal with from Hull Crushers, as there's 5 ships from PAIN on this flank, and it's just in Ohio. So the support ships from Charlie need to very, very quickly traverse the map, try and cut through B and come and support here. We do see a Hull Crushers battleship trying to attempt to cap Bravo, so that might ease the pressure on the points there for Hull Crushers, but we won't know if he gets reset, that battleship. There is still a Hull Crushers DD alive, but unfortunately it's 1 DD against 3 from PAIN, so that puts Hull Crushers in a difficult position. So Mr. Senna here is spotted permanently, so we can definitely assume that the 2 DDs are hunting him actively, and torpedoes will be appearing imminently. There is a Kleber. Ooh, the Kleber just reset the Hull Crushers battleship on B completely, so that was a full reset. And now the cap is contested, so no points sticking up for either team there from the Bravo objective. So one of the cruisers from Charlie for Hull Crushers are coming through into Bravo to come and support. Because Mr. Senna is permanently spotted here, well, almost permanently spotted, we can see that there is a lot of incoming fire onto Mr. Senna. That's just going to be difficult for Hull Crushers to recover. There's already a 320 point disadvantage that Hull Crushers need to try and make up. That deficit is only able to be changed within the next 6 minutes. So since there's only like just more than 6 minutes left in this first game, the Z52 here, ooh, very nice salvo there from Mr. Senna on the Conqueror. The Z52 could potentially be in deep trouble here. Let's see, can Mr. Senna lob the rear turrets? Can that kill the Z52? Ooh, only 1 shell hit. Maybe the cruiser will be able to kill the DD there. Oh, okay. So that destroyer from PAIN and the Z52 get very lucky. We can assume that Mr. Senna will be pushing through this gap to just push him, because he just needs to proxy spot him with either... Okay, Des Moines got him. So I was about to say that either he needs to be within 3 kilometers if he's running the range of guaranteed acquisition mod in the 3rd slot, or within 2 kilometers to guarantee spot the Z52 in the smoke there. So yes, okay, now it's 2 DDs from PAIN versus 1 from Hull Crushers. Both teams losing 3 ships so far, but still the 240 points lead that PAIN have is very comfortable for them at this point. Hull Crushers need to move over into drastic action since there's only 5 minutes left in this game. Potentially, if the 2 DDs trade in the top right corner, okay, the gearing kills the daring there. So the PAIN destroyer goes down in the top right corner there. But Hull Crushers DD there, the gearing that just won that fight, is so far out of position, they probably won't be able to contribute for the next, well, the rest of the game for that matter. As we see, Mr. Senna is radared here. So that could potentially be the last remaining radar cruiser around this corner, or the island just north of it. So what Mr. Senna is doing here for Hull Crushers is a smart move, trying to get into the cap to prevent PAIN from ticking up any points. But for PAIN, okay, PAIN just secured the kill against the Venezia there. So now it's 4 ships remaining for each team here. Mr. Senna's trying to block the points from ticking up from the A objective for PAIN. So effectively, PAIN is not accruing or acquiring any more points, while Hull Crushers are ticking up points from 2 caps. But I don't know if the remaining DD from PAIN will be able to either capture Charlie and take it away from Hull Crushers, or maybe try and contest Bravo. We won't know where that DD is quite yet, because Mr. Senna here is not spotted. He is trying to capture A. There was a very nice torpedo drop from the Hull Crushers Louisiana on the Des Moines there. Do you guys see how much hit points that Des Moines just lost there? Potentially Mr. Senna will be flying around this corner to try and shoot that very low health Des Moines to secure that kill. Hull Crushers are 2 seconds away from capturing all 3 objectives. There they are. So now the points are ramping up rapidly for Hull Crushers. Okay, yeah, so that's maybe potentially a smart thing for PAIN's destroyer to sail all the way around the midsection of the island just north of Bravo to try and capture Charlie. We do see that this Des Moines from PAIN is very low health, so if the players from Hull Crushers are able to remove this Des Moines, that would aid the points quite a bit. So there is a battleship from PAIN contesting Bravo that reduces the points influx for Hull Crushers. So if they can kill this Des Moines, Hull Crushers will think that they are back in the thick of things. Yeah. Okay. So we do see it's only 6 points difference between the two teams with 2 minutes left. Hull Crushers are up 1 ship. They have 4 ships remaining compared to 3. So we will see if this Ohio that's in B now from PAIN will be able to do significant damage here. Potentially, Mr. Senna here will give broadside to, I believe it's the Conqueror on his left, that will be trying to shoot him. If that Conqueror switches to AP, potentially that could be disastrous. Ooh, okay. That was almost 15,000 to Mr. Senna here. So we do lose the Louisiana from Hull Crushers, but I do believe that Mr. Senna here will be able to kill this Ohio with his guns there and try and bow tank then the Conqueror here. Because Conqueror can't overmatch the armor plating on Ohio, but the HE does hurt a lot, and burning will be a problem. But at least Mr. Senna has 1 heal remaining, right? Okay, so there's the first fire. There's a minute left, and there is a 15 points lead for Hull Crushers. PAIN need to do something very quickly as points are ticking up from A and B for Hull Crushers. There is still a destroyer left somewhere on Charlie, I believe, as Charlie is contested, so the DD for PAIN is still on that cap. Potentially that destroyer could torpedo the cruiser and change the points a bit here. Whichever team loses a ship now is the team that's probably going to lose this game, this opening game that we have today here. There is a 60 points lead now. As you guys can see, the points are ticking up pretty quickly now. This Conqueror is going to struggle with 1 last salvo to take off 28,000, 29,000 from Mr. Senna here. Okay, yeah, so Ohio, Mr. Senna is not going down. 5 seconds left. Ooh, the Des Moines goes down. And what is the points? What is the points? Ooh, that was very, very close. Did you guys see that, chat? 624 points, 625 points. I'm not sure which team won that one. Wow, that destroyer from PAIN that got that kill on the cruiser there with the last second. That was wow. I'm almost at a loss for words. Let me quickly check who won that game. That was big for PAIN there. If they won with, I'm not sure if the points from the 2 caps ticked up for Hull Crushers there. That could have been Right, ladies and gents, apologies for the mic dying there. We do not yet have confirmation on who won that very first game. Let's see. That's very spicy. Okay, let me just quickly double check that we still have the right feed and everything is muted as it's supposed to be. There we go. Okay, we are live here with Pain. So we do see that Pain trying to capture Alpha and Charlie at the moment, and the Kleber here from Mr. Big Sip will be getting into Beast shortly. So Pain still sticking with their 3DD lineup, trying to get the caps as early as possible. Let me just quickly verify. Verify who won that first game. There's still uncertainty as to the exact points ticking up at the very last second. Okay, so I'm still waiting confirmation. That was very, very tight, that first game, chat. That was some wild action we saw in that first game. So the Ohio here from AKA Big A is trying to set up some nice crossfires on the cruiser from Hull Crushers on A, and potentially a battleship there as well. Trying to line up a very nice shot here. So Pain have secured Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie, so they'll be ticking up points very, very quickly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so as far as I can tell, Pain won by 1 point that very first game. 625 points to 624 from Hull Crushers, so I believe Pain secured the first game there. Yo, that was wild, eh? Just absolutely wild. That was some close-knit action there. Close cut. Alright, so I believe that's a Z52 from Hull Crushers there, taking some focus fire from the Ohio here. We do see Mr. Senna there from Hull Crushers, already half health, so something big did damage to him, potentially torpedoes or maybe a Louisiana. Oh no, okay, my apologies, I was looking at another screen here. We see 3 Citadels here for AKA Big A here. He got 60,000 damage already, so we can assume that was of Mr. Senna in the Ohio. That Z52 will be reversing, so potentially this Ohio player from Pain is trying to get a shot on that DD. Ah, okay, one penetration there. I mean, every bit on a destroyer helps, right? Every bit of damage you can get is gonna help you. Okay, so Mr. Senna there is trying to reverse into Bravo. And the Z52 there from Hull Crushers is pretty low health, so with the destroyer and the cruiser there to support the Pain defense of that cap, that low health DD is probably not going to. Ooh, look at that, 1 over pen. The DD there from Hull Crushers is probably not in a good enough position to be able to contest. Pain are running away with the points here. Hull Crushers have not been able to at least contest a single cap. This is very worrying for Hull Crushers. There is perspective here. They do not want to let the points run away here, and I cannot see a position where they could potentially try and contest, as they only have 2 destroyers, right? That's the power of having 3 DDs. Your cap control is a lot better. If your destroyers are very tactical and very patient, they will be able to control the caps for a pretty long time. Okay, so there goes Senna, the Louisiana from Pain just took out the Ohio there from Hull Crushers. So Hull Crushers are down 1 ship, and they are down almost 600 points, over halfway. Okay, there goes the Des Moines from Hull Crushers. There is a battleship from Hull Crushers now trying to contest Charlie. That is a difficult position for Hull Crushers to try and come back from. 2 ships down with a near 700 points lead. Hull Crushers need to do something drastic here. Emergency maneuvers, as there is 7 minutes left, but Pain is already on 915 points. That's a very large points lead. If that Z52 goes down, most likely the case. Yes, there goes the Z52. Hull Crushers. I think Pain will comfortably secure their victory here in this second game. This was a very quick match. We didn't even get to see full 9 minutes, and the points will be ticking up shortly. 980 points. Yeah, Pain securing all 3 caps so early on is definitely part of their main strategy development. Is they want to focus on controlling the caps as early as possible, and then try and defend them for as long as possible. Hull Crushers had no real way to try and get onto the caps. I didn't see any big moves from them. They're a bit too passive there. In the last 5 minutes, if you're ticking up so many points, you need to switch over to drastic action. And but yeah, congrats to Pain for securing game number 2 there. So currently the score is 1 game all, and there's best of 5. First match going to Hull Crushers, and then the second match going to Pain. We will be switching over to Sea of Fortune here. Let me quickly switch our perspective over again to Mr. Senna from Hull Crushers. Alright, there we go. So we are live again here with, let me just double check, yeah, we are live with Mr. Senna. The teams will be getting things ready here as we load into our 3rd game. Current score is 1 game each for Hull Crushers and for Pain. So now we are going into game 3, Sea of Fortune. Okay, teams are readying up. Alright, so I believe the audio is still running nicely now. Apologies for that short interruption we had there. Okay, I do not see any major changes here. Des Moines, Stalingrad for Pain, and Worcester Des Moines combination for Hull Crushers. Okay, so Hull Crushers still running 2 DDs for Sea of Fortune, said that they didn't change their strategy. They feel comfortable running 2 destroyers. PAIN is still running the 3 destroyer strategy. It seems to be their preferred way of attacking their Super Cup games here. We do see that Hull Crushers here in the south spawn. There is one DD on mid, south of Delta, and one DD on the Charlie flank. So we'll see how the spotting works here for Hull Crushers. Only have one DD potentially for each flank. So we'll see if this destroyer that's in the mid here for Hull Crushers will transition over to the Alpha flank to go spot over there. Looks like we have the Louisiana for Hull Crushers on A. And we see that Mr. Senna here in the Ohio is positioning central to potentially set up some nice juicy crossfires here. My apologies, ladies and gents. I just realized PAIN secured the first game with that 1 point lead. So PAIN are 2-0 up and not 1-1. The score is 2-0. Okay, so we do see Hull Crushers splitting up their DDs, one to each flank. They are going quite wide. So the Z52, I believe, is on Alpha here for Hull Crushers, as we do see a Stalingrad there. That's very well angled for PAIN there. That Stalingrad player, Lethal Gypsy. You do not want to be broadside in Stalingrad. These Russian heavy cruisers, they blow up as soon as they go broadside. But bow in and well angled, they are nearly indestructible. With the Stalingrad having 32mm bow plating, the Ohio cannot overmatch. It's only the Yamato with the 18.1 inch guns that can overmatch the 32mm of bow plating on the Stalingrad there. Okay, so there is a daring there for PAIN on Charlie, as we see PAIN is starting to capture Alpha. So PAIN still sticking with their early capture goals of securing the caps and controlling them as quickly as possible. We'll see what is Hull Crushers' response to the capping on Alpha. So Hull Crushers have 4 ships on the A flank there, and we see it's only Mr. Senna here in the Ohio that's hanging out here in the middle to give crossfires. Then we have 3 ships on the Charlie flank for Hull Crushers. So it would appear that PAIN might secure. Okay, they did secure Alpha, so PAIN is ticking up points for the time being from both objectives, Alpha and Bravo. We'll see if Hull Crushers try and contest Alpha. Okay, yeah, there goes the destroyer onto the flag there for Hull Crushers. So they will try and stop the points from ticking up. So currently, Mr. Senna here in the middle is just playing the patient game, waiting for PAIN to make a potential mistake. Shooting any DDs that are spotted or any potential cruisers, like that Des Moines that might overextend tiny bit. Ooh, very nice hit there from Hull Crushers onto that Kleber from PAIN. That was a very hard hit. Also very heavy shots on that Des Moines. Ooh, there goes the Louisiana, Mr. White Wolf from PAIN. So we know the Louisiana for PAIN is middle as well in the Bravo Cap. And Mr. Senna here is also middle for Hull Crushers. So the 2 opposing heavy duty crossfire specialists for the respective teams are holding the center here, trying to set up some crossfires. Neither team have lost a ship in the first 4 minutes, which is good for both teams. PAIN are still ticking up points from Alpha, but it would seem that Hull Crushers are aggressively pushing the Alpha cap. They do not want PAIN to run away with the points as they did in game 2 there. Yeah, so Hull Crushers trying to recapture the Alpha objective. And there is 2 cruisers there right next to the destroyer there to give close range support and potentially radar coverage for that destroyer. So Hull Crushers might be able to capture Alpha. We do see also that neither team have made an attempt to capture Charlie. There's not been heavy capping action for us to observe there on Charlie, so both teams playing very patiently. Ooh, very heavy hit there onto the Louisiana from PAIN there. That was a very heavy hit. So we see that Mr. Senna here is spotted. We could assume that the Louisiana is close enough to Mr. Senna and the Ohio here to drop an airstrike with those torpedoes from the side here. So we'll see if those planes come in. It appears that they are not launching quite yet. So the Louisiana player there from PAIN will have to wait for the Ohio to be spotted. That's probably what the Stalingrad is trying to do for PAIN. They are trying to keep the Ohio spotted here so that Louisiana is able to get those planes up and running. There we see planes flying. Okay, so it would seem that the PAIN Louisiana is dropping torpedoes on the battleship of Hull Crushers on Charlie there, as Hull Crushers have resecured Alpha, and now they are ticking up points from 2 caps to 1. The Louisiana is very low health there, as we see more HE shells going onto the Louisiana there. So, not sure if that Louisiana player from PAIN is going to last. No. So Louisiana is down for PAIN. That's the first ship lost for either of the 2 teams. So Hull Crushers have a 1-ship advantage. And Hull Crushers are 100 points in the lead, with the halfway mark approaching for this 15-minute game. We do see some capping action now from PAIN, presumably one of the destroyers that's trying to get the objective there on Charlie. So we'll see if... okay, we do see a battleship flanking very aggressively for PAIN on Charlie there. So I'm not sure if that is the Ohio. It's probably the Ohio from PAIN, but we do see shots coming in here from the Stalingrad and the Ohio. They are trading salvos here. Like we mentioned earlier, the Ohio cannot overmatch the armor plating of Stalingrad. Okay, so also on Alpha there's some action happening there. One of the destroyers from PAIN is trying to recapture that objective. Okay, Hull Crushers just lose their Colombo. That is south of Charlie there. So that wide flank from PAIN's Ohio on Charlie there proved to be very beneficial, as they were able to remove the Hull Crushers battleship on that flank. So we see that Mr. Senna here from Hull Crushers is trying to reposition to support the Charlie flank. The PAIN destroyer on Alpha has retreated, presumably looking at the amount of support, close range support that Hull Crushers are providing on that cap. It would be difficult for any destroyer to get in on Alpha and try and recap it with two cruisers there. One of them most likely having a radar. That's very risky. Okay, so the Moyne from PAIN just going down there. Venezia from Hull Crusher securing that kill. Both teams have 2 capturing objectives. A is being contested by PAIN, so Hull Crusher is not ticking up points there. So effectively PAIN in the points lead here in terms of amount of points being gathered. We do see torpedoes here from... Ooh, they ran out just in time, so we can assume that is Kleber torpedoes, as I believe it's the Kleber that has the shorter range torpedoes that could have ran out there. Or potentially the Z52 from PAIN. Okay, so PAIN are running a Daring, a Kleber, a Z52, a Stalingrad, and then the other cruiser that went down. So Hull Crushers still have the one ship lead, as we see that Delta is being captured now by PAIN. So Mr. Senna to his turn of his ship there. Ooh, very nice Citadel hit on the Ohio there. Pain just lost their Ohio. There is a it's this. Look at that. It's a cruiser. Stalingrad here from Pain pushing, but I believe it's the destroyer as well. It's not this Stalingrad. Stalingrad is just getting onto the cap now, so there's a DD. We'll see if there's a Citadel potential here. No, just three penetrations there. On the Stalingrad, we did see Louisiana sending an airstrike onto this Stalingrad. Not an airstrike, dropping those torpedoes. Stalingrad just ate some heavy damage there. Stalingrad pushed to give probably radar support to the Pain destroyer. Pain might be able to secure. Oh, there goes Louisiana. Main guns, broadside, Stalingrad blown up. We see the DD now on the minimap is visibly lit. There is the Kleber from Pain. Unfortunately for hull crushes, they were not able to get a salvo off at that destroyer. But Pain are controlling 3 caps. They have lost 3 more ships than hull crushers, so hull crushers are 240, 230 points in the lead here. But with the 3 caps ticking up points, make that 2 caps as hull crushers get onto Delta. There is still hope for Pain here if they can secure maybe 1 kill or 2 more kills here and then reset Delta. There is hope for Pain to try and get that points deficit back, as we see that there is a destroyer probably in front of Mr. Senna here that the hull crushers DD is warning him about. It's always good to have that good clean communication from your support ships on your flank, just to give you extra information of where the potential torpedoes might be coming from or where you can expect an unspotted ship to flank you from. So it would seem that hull crushers are almost successfully recaptured Delta. So now it's 2 caps apiece again, and there is a 210, 207 points lead for hull crushers here with 3 minutes remaining. So now the ball is in Pain's court as they need to try and turn the points around, as we see torpedoes here coming in from the unspotted Pain destroyer onto Mr. Senna. That is a flood, so puts out that flood. We do see the destroyer smoking up there. We're not sure what is the ship that's spotting Mr. Senna here. Presumably maybe that Kleber from the middle of the map. More torpedoes here, so it's going to be a tactical retreat here from Mr. Senna by the looks of things to try and get away from the torpedoes. We do see that the friendly destroyer is smoking up the battleship as to try and cut off line of sight from the DD that is trying to spot him, either from the north or from the east, as we see a big salvo from the Conqueror coming in here. Mr. Senna unfortunately looks like he can not use that smoke screen set by his friendly DD, as the salvo from the Conqueror was incoming there, so we had to accelerate to try and dodge. We do see 2 DD versus 1 fight going on there in Bravo. 1 hull crusher's destroyer versus 2 DDs from Pain in Bravo. Okay, so the Z-52 from hull crushers goes down there. Conqueror killed him. So it's only a 2-ship deficit for Pain. They are closing that gap for the points slowly. It's now about 140 points with a minute left. So Pain need to get onto one of the other capturing objectives, or they need to kill at least 2 ships. We'll see what moves Pain try and pull here to try and close this gap on the points. We do see a DD there from Pain that's lit up there in Bravo, and presumably hull crushers cruisers are trying to get shots on him there. With 40 seconds left, 130 points lead. Okay, that's 210 points lead there. as the PAIN Z52 goes down. The power of the radar cruiser there coming through at the last few seconds of this third game. PAIN are going to lose this third game, and Hull Crushers will be victorious in this third game. So yeah, I don't see any drastic action happening now. There we go, third game concluded. Okay, so PAIN are 2-1 in the lead. I double checked. This time I gave you guys the right score. Thank you. I see the Iraq Diaga in the chat. Thank you for putting the right score there for the chat. So yeah, PAIN are 2-1 up after the third game. The teams will now switch spawns. Teams will rotate. It will now be Hull Crushers in the north and PAIN in the south for Sea of Fortune. We will see how the teams potentially change tactics, if there will be any changes. I don't see any of the players leaving the training room, so presumably there's no ship changes. So PAIN seem to trust their 3DD tactic that they are running, and Hull Crushers are also trusting their 2-destroyer tactic. I did not see any ship changes, I don't think. Let us quickly switch over to PAIN's perspective as we jump into game 4 here. There we go. So now we are live again with PAIN. Let me just check that we are live. There we go. Alright, so we are loading into game number 4 here, ladies and gentlemen. We are building up into a quite interesting game here. So Hull Crushers need to win every game from now on, if they want to win, as PAIN have already secured the first 2 games. So if PAIN win one more game, either game 4 or game 5, they secure their spot into the final of the Super Cup here. So Hull Crushers, it's do or die for them. They cannot afford to lose another match. Alright, so we are live now with PAIN here. Okay, so PAIN, they are trusting their 3-destroyer strategy here. I'm sure they worked out thorough strategies for all of the maps, and they found that the 3-destroyer combo works the best for them. They are sticking with it, and Hull Crushers, they like running their 3 cruisers, 2 DDs. So we'll see how the teams handle the different spawn now, since the teams switched north and south spawns. PAIN having 3 DDs, so they are able to either overload one of the 2 caps with 2 DDs, or maybe send 1 DD straight down the middle to spot and potentially torp a central battleship holding the center. So we do see it's the Kleber here that spawned in the mid for PAIN. Kleber seems to be joining the DD from PAIN that's on the alpha flank, moving over to support and potentially just absolutely overload A. Quickly focus fire and kill the Hull Crushers DD that could potentially be there. It does give you that little bit of extra confidence as a destroyer player, knowing that you have an extra DD supporting you as like a friend on the cap. So if you face 1 DD from the enemy, then We do see a nice salvo here coming in from the Ohio onto the Louisiana there from Hull Crushers. As the DD is spotted, it is a gearing, if I quickly saw correctly there. A gearing, yes, a gearing from Hull Crushers. Was trying to cap A but got radared, I believe. That's one of the advantages of running a Russian cruiser where you have that 11.7 kilometer long range radar. Even if it's a short duration, that's sometimes just enough to scare the enemy destroyer off the cap because they know there will be shells coming in shortly. Just that added range, whereas the Alaska for the American super heavy cruisers legendary tier has a 9 kilometer radar, and the Des Moines and the Minotaur have 9.9 kilometer radar. So the longest radar at the tier is currently the Stalingrad with 11.7, and as you guys saw there, the Stalingrad is right next to this Ohio, but he's able to radar the DD all the way in the north of Charlie and just quickly get him to retract his intent to cap, quickly scatter, and then as soon as the radar is done, we see that the destroyer from Hull Crushers is trying to get back on. But that allows just enough time for the DD from PAIN to get closer. So we can see that the DD is trying to line up shots, that the gearing there is trading with the destroyer from PAIN. Venezia is still the primary focus here for aka Big A here in the Ohio. PAIN really want that Venezia gone off the map and back into port. That's always a very nice thing for your team if you can kill one of their cruisers. That looks like pretty poor shell grouping and dispersion, unfortunately, for the Ohio player here. The two DDs on Alpha are still not able to capture the cap yet. I believe there is another radar cruiser there on Alpha. That's Venezia doesn't have radar, but the radar cruiser to support for Hull Crushers there is preventing these two destroyers from PAIN from securing the objective. So PAIN are 100 points in the lead with 7 minutes left to go. Potentially Hull Crushers could reset that destroyer. We'll see if there is a salvo that could potentially get the reset there. So yeah, we see the Hull Crushers are able to secure Charlie. We see the Ohio player here is lining up shots from the broadside on the Louisiana there. Okay, so neither team have lost a ship, right? It's quite interesting to see in this fourth game that we have here. The teams are playing very, very patient. They are playing a bit more passive compared to the previous game we saw. There is also less heavy-duty salvos coming in from the teams. You don't see the ships just lose half their hit points in the first few minutes. Some of the ships have lost their HP, as we see the PAIN daring there go down, the first ship to go down. Hull Crushers are almost in the lead, but because PAIN secured those caps early on, that PAIN are still in the lead, and they will be taking up points from Charlie that they from Delta. My apologies. Hull Crushers are ticking up points from Bravo and Charlie, and will be ticking up points soon here from Alpha. So it's a 3 caps to 1 lead that Hull HULC Crushers have at the moment, as we see a delicious salvo there from the Ohio onto the Colombo. That could have been very detrimental, but the Louisiana player here from PAIN is getting torpedoed, and the Colombo goes down for HULC Crushers. So PAIN were able to get back a ship. Now the teams are equal on ships again. There's still a low health Venezia out there for HULC Crushers. We see a potential salvo coming here across the center line of the map here onto that Venezia. So HULC Crushers are attempting to just control the points with 4 minutes left. PAIN lose their Louisiana there, so that's never good when the team loses one of their strongest battleships. HULC Crushers seems to be controlling Charlie flank completely, so they control that half of the map there. PAIN lose their Z52, so now HULC Crushers have a 2-1 lead. The Z52 there from HULC Crushers, I believe, is sonar, no, radar, and he goes down there. So Conqueror able to secure that kill. So we do see some action happening now. PAIN are not in a position to get onto Alpha or Charlie within the next few minutes. There is a DD here on A from PAIN that could potentially try and get there. As we see the Ohio there from HULC Crushers, Mr. Senna trying to spot this Ohio player, aka Big A from PAIN. We see airstrike coming in onto the Ohio here as he starts accelerating immediately, and only eats one torpedo instead of the whole bunch, all 6 of them. The Ohio is not broadside. Mr. Senna is not broadside, but he is not angled properly either. Looking at that angle, potentially if aka Big A aims up a bit here, he can definitely pen the superstructure and some of the freeboard on the side there. There's 3 ricochets, so yeah, maybe the Ohio is decently angled. We see that the destroyer from PAIN is trying to do something on A here, but you can't get onto the cap with the radar cruiser there. I presume it's a Des Moines. No, there's the Des Moines from HULC Crushers. We do see torpedoes coming through here. Perfect dodge there for aka Big A here. Nice salvo there into the superstructure of Mr. Senna. So yeah, things are getting interesting here. The DD from PAIN is finally able to get onto A. I wonder if the radar cruiser there on A will be able to reset or potentially prevent the DD from capping. There are 2 cruisers are dueling it out here on Charlie. PAIN definitely do not want to lose another ship. Ooh, there goes to Stalingrad. Yeah, that's a very difficult position for PAIN now. With a minute left here in game 4, HULC Crushers are 280 points-ish, 280 points in the lead. Potential problem here for the Des Moines from HULC Crushers as a salvo goes through there into the Des Moines, but Des Moines player got pretty lucky there that the Ohio didn't penetrate there, but the Des Moines player was closing the angle there. Another nice hit there for PAIN onto this Des Moines. I'm not sure if they will be able to kill this Des Moines, potentially. If they kill the Des Moines, ooh, that's one shot. No, that's the visual demonstration of what a one-shot target is. I see a salvo there going through. Okay, so the Des Moines from HULC Crushers goes down there. 10 seconds left here, ladies and gents, but HULC Crushers have the points lead. It's just over 280 points, so that would be it. HULC Crushers have secured game number 4. So yeah, the score at the moment is 2 games all. Ladies and gents, for the first time that I've been streaming the Super Cup, we will be going into a 5th game tiebreaker between HULC Crushers and PAIN's Armada. It is going to be a spicy fifth game. We will be moving into the repost map now. With I'm not sure which team will be in which spawn since there's only one match. It would seem that Pain will be team 1 and HULC Crashers will be team 2 going into repost here. Okay. So for the fifth and final match, we will be switching back to the perspective of HULC Crashers. And let me just transition this for us. There we go. Okay, so we are still live. There we go. Yeah, so we do see something here. Two players from HULC Crashers have left the training room to switch ships, presumably. I wonder if there's any strategy change for the HULC Crashers team going into repost. Pain seem to stick with what they have. I believe they will be running 3 DDs again. Okay. It's going to be exciting. I have not commentated on a SuperCup match on repost yet, so we'll see how things go here. Okay, yeah, so 3 DDs still for Pain. I wonder if HULC Crashers will switch to 3 DDs, or what do you think, chat? What do you guys think? Do you think they will stick with their 2 DDs? 3 battleships, 2 cruisers, 2 DDs, and okay, so now we see HULC Crashers switching to 3 destroyers. So with repost here, which is a bit more of an open map, in terms of the wider flanks on either side of the center, there is way more room for the DDs to try and speed boost and flank wide. Very nice crossfires on repost here. It's one of the maps where I've seen some glorious crossfires in standard battles. So we'll see what the competitive experience is here on repost. So both teams opting for 3 DDs. So HULC Crashers made a comeback in game 2 and game 3, game 4 with the 2 DDs, and now they're opting to run 3 DDs on the 5th tiebreaker game here. Going to be very interesting. All right, we are seeing a we see that currently we have Pain going into a aggressive stance on Alpha there. They're trying to capture as quickly as possible. So Pain is also trying to capture Charlie. B is contested at the moment, so all 3 caps are being fought over here from both teams. We do see the Louisiana centrally located for Pain. Is HULC Crashers going to allow Pain to get A early on? It would seem that they are sending their DD very far wide to potentially spot or torpedo with crossfire in cross torps into the cap. Interesting to see. So we do see that the DDs are spotted there. Both DDs for a second there in Bravo. Hull Crushers are immediately trying to recapture Alpha. They do not want to let Pain run away with the points as they did in game number 2. Okay, so we have Pain securing Charlie and Hull Crushers retaking Alpha. So both teams currently have 1 cap. They are ticking up points from 1 cap each. It would appear that Hull Crushers are trying to sneak a quick cap here on B, but I believe there is a Pain Destroyer that is close enough to B to potentially reset. Okay, so we do see it is a Stalingrad from Pain that is on Alpha. I wonder if Mr. Senna here has a potential shot. We do see on the minimap there that Stalingrad is beached. I wouldn't say beached, but hugging that island very, very tightly. You do not want to give any broadside potential citadels coming your way in the Stalingrad, especially if you hug that island there. That is an island where things can go horribly wrong very quickly, but we do see that Stalingrad from player from Pain is very, very patient. Mr. Senna here is consistently checking if he can get a citadel shot salvo onto that Stalingrad, but at the moment it is the DD from Pain that is trying to fight for Alpha there again. So currently we have the points tied up at 378, 381 for both teams. Both teams getting passive points from 1 cap each. We do not have okay, we do have the DD from Pain retreating of A, so Hull Crushers will be ticking up points slowly there on the 2 caps to 1 lead. Neither team doing something too aggressive here. Both teams are opting for the patient approach here. They want to prolong the health pool that they have. You do not want to lose too much of your team's HP too early on. Okay, so the first 5 minutes are over, and Pain are attempting to capture Alpha and Bravo at the same time. We did see that the DD from Hull Crushers and B, after capping B, has repositioned and transitioned over to Charlie to potentially give fire there, as fire support there, as we do see a big salvo come in at the Z52 from Hull Crushers. That could potentially have been the Cruiser, the Des Moines, or the Conqueror. Not sure which DD that was, or which ship that was from Pain that put that heavy hit on the Z52. As we see, Mr. Senna here is lining up a shot on the Des Moines. Unfortunately, no shells connect for him. We do see the Louisiana torpedoes coming in here at Mr. Senna on the minimap from south of Bravo there. Ooh, this is gonna sting. Ouch, yeah, that hurts quite a bit. It's over 20,000 that the torpedo strike just did there. Okay, we do see that the Stalingrad from Pain just took a salvo there at Mr. Senna. I wonder if Mr. Senna will be able to get a return salvo. Yes, there goes the salvo. Okay, so 3 resets there off the Stalingrad. So 3 resets off that Stalingrad, and I believe That Stalingrad is angled, but also I don't think it's angled enough. If you can fire your rear turret in the Stalingrad at the ship that is shooting you, if it's a battleship, you are most likely not angled well enough, and you will be able to get citadeled right underneath the front turret. Potentially that Stalingrad player is adjusting his angle there. As we see, he does retreat slightly. Turret was incapacitated there, so potentially a damage gone used there by the Stalingrad player. We'll see if the points change here. Currently we have PAIN in the lead thanks to their early jump on the caps that they got there. The Hull Crushers DD on Charlie was not able to try and contest Charlie for too long. He got probably radared or sonared off the cap. Neither team has lost a ship here. Both teams playing it very safe. Neither team wants to throw away a ship or facing disadvantage for the remainder of the game with 6.5 minutes left here. The stakes are very high for both these teams. Neither Hull Crushers nor PAIN want to lose this semi-final. Both teams feel, I'm sure they feel that they deserve to be in the final. And yeah, neither team want to make the first mistake. The team that makes the first mistake here will probably lose this match. We do see that PAIN are ticking up points nicely now from Bravo and Charlie, so they're 105 points in the lead at the moment with 6 minutes left on the clock. Okay, so the DD and Cruiser on Charlie did come back to try and recapture Bravo. We do see that the Daring goes down there. First ship down there for Hull Crushers on the eastern side of the map there, just east of Charlie. So on the left of Mr. Senna here, if you're looking at the picture that he's presented you on screen. So the destroyer that is on Bravo for Hull Crushers trying to capture, it did get reset there unfortunately, trying to retake the objective. Oh, the DD leaves the cap there. So PAIN are ticking up points once again from 2 caps compared to 1. Potentially there's a Stalingrad radar that came through and radared the destroyer here. The DD and the cruiser need to work very closely here to try and capture Bravo. The points are nearly at 200 difference between the teams. There is a Stalingrad there that we see Mr. Senna's taking aim at here. There is also a DD from PAIN trying to contest A, as we see that Moyne is starting to take focus on the Mr. Senna here. Because that DD is out wide there for PAIN, they have almost permanent spotting on the ships here in the middle of the map for Hull Crushers. So that's going to be a bit of a worry for Hull Crushers. They will be lit up so that Des Moines can free farm. Hull Crushers need to apply a lot of pressure here on Alpha and Bravo and hold. With 4 minutes left in this game, we see that the Colombo here from Hull Crushers is pretty low health. Okay, so Hull Crushers have successfully captured Bravo finally. Was it too late? Did it take them too long? We do see torpedoes here coming through from the destroyer. PAIN's destroyer as the torpedoes run out there, but the destroyer is definitely close by. Ooh, a very heavy hit there on the Hull Crushers Des Moines that I saw there at the corner of my eye. 3 minutes left. Let me quickly switch over to the PAIN perspective here in our 5th game. Just make sure we are live. Okay, there we are. We are live again with PAIN here. Just make sure that we are in here. 3 minutes left. Yeah, microphone's still recording the audio. Okay, there we go. All right, so yeah, this is ticking down to the last few seconds. My apologies, the last few minutes here. Just shy of 3 minutes left for these teams. On the tiebreaker map, we do see a salvo there at the Colombo, and somehow none of those shells connect. That is very frustrating for a battleship player. Okay, there goes the Colombo from Hull Crushers. So Hull Crushers are down 2 ships now. PAIN are in a 250 point lead. PAIN need to be careful that they do not lose their advantage that they are holding currently. Both teams have one cap each, and the points are ticking up with less than 2 minutes. Things are heating up now. Hull Crushers, it's they are fighting on the back foot here. Neither team want to make a mistake now. Hull Crushers have, unfortunately for them, they have lost 2 ships. I do see a very low health Stalingrad here, and a salvo onto the Louisiana. So the low health Stalingrad from PAIN could potentially get killed if the Louisiana can spot him. The DD from Hull Crushers here on Alpha is in the cap, so Alpha is contested. Neither team losing points there. We do see the Ohio, Mr. Senna, going over to emergency action there. There is a 270 points difference now. Ooh, very heavy hit there. Ohio goes down. Des Moines goes down for PAIN. So PAIN lose 1 ship, but Hull Crushers lose their battleship. Has Hull Crushers left their push too late? 50 seconds left here. It's going to be very difficult for Hull Crushers to regain that points. PAIN is ticking up points from both A and B. 40 seconds left. Let's see what happens. Torpedoes on the Louisiana for Hull Crushers. Louisiana there taking damage. 20 seconds left. Will Hull Crushers be able to come back? Low health Worcester, low health Louisiana. Doesn't look like Hull Crushers can make it. PAIN are in the lead. Ooh, so PAIN did lose a ship there in the last second, but I do not think that was enough to let us quickly jump back. I don't think that was enough to that was enough for Hull Crushers to make it through there. Let's see. So there is 150 points different, 250 points. So with the Louisiana going down here, PAIN have still had enough points. PAIN secured their victory in game number 5. Huge congratulations to PAIN there. They are the victors of this semi-final. They made it in this best of 5, 3 games to 2. Congratulations to both these teams for an excellent semi-final that we were able to witness. And then PAIN will be moving on to the final. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that Crimson Dragons won the other semi-final 3-1 against Salty, so it will be Crimson Dragons against PAIN's Armada in the final of the SuperCup 2024. Alright, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this 5-game semi-final that we had for you. Very good displays from both teams there. It was a close battle there in this 5th match tiebreaker that we had on Repost. PAIN emerging victorious in the last few minutes there. And yeah, that was everything from the semi-final. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in, and we hope to see you back here next week for the final between Crimson Dragons and Pain's Armada. Thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen.